What's up, everybody? In this video, we're talking about the exact schedule that I had in order to sell over 100 homes in 1 year. What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to dive into exactly what my schedule looked like in order to sell over 100 homes in a single year. I'm even going to give you a sneak peek of exactly the progression from going from 0 to 100 homes to make sure you can adjust your schedule no matter how much business you're doing. First and foremost, I want to dive into the exact schedule that I had selling 100 homes a year, and then I'm going to kind of scale it backwards. The first thing I want to talk about is when you wake up, because Grant Cardone says the saying, beat the sun up. You want to rise before the sun rises. Wake up as early as you can. First year that I ever sold over 100 homes was in 2020. I don't sell over 100 homes anymore because I make 2 to 3 times as much money doing what I'm doing now, selling less homes because I was able to scale my price points and my commission levels through other investments. What I did about 2 years ago was that I would wake up at roughly 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, I woke up at 4 a.m. because I heard a video that Kobe Bryant did the same thing, so I wanted to make sure I woke up just as soon or earlier than Kobe Bryant. So sometimes it would be 3:58, 3:59, 3:57. What I did though was I woke up and I got straight to the gym around 4:15 to 4:30, and then from that time we stayed there for about 45 minutes to an hour, got back, shower, change, and I got in the car to go to the office to make sure I was there by at least 7 a.m. The whole purpose that I want to make in this moment, number one, wake up earlier than you are now, and I would even tell you every month, give yourself another 15 minutes. So if you're waking up at 7 a.m. now, try 6:45 for the next 30 days, then 6:30 for the next 30 days. For those higher achievers or people like me who just wanted to do something cold turkey, which I don't always recommend, but that's just how my body works, I woke up from, whatever time it was, and I was like, screw it, I'm going straight to 4 o'clock in the morning or earlier. It worked for me. I'm not saying it works for you, but again, if you need a progression, you can do that. So woke up early. Get to the gym as soon as you can, because get the hard stuff out of the way first, and also keep your body in shape, because your body is like your mind. You got to keep your mind flowing. And another thing for your mind is that during the gym and all the way till when I got to the office was all self-development, because I like just listening to content. I like listening to self-development podcasts, videos, you name it. I prefer that over listening to music. So almost 2 hours every morning on self-development. So got to the office by, let's just say, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. What I did was I got myself set up. I got to make sure that I went to the bathroom. I made sure I got my coffee, my water ready, so I didn't have to go and take a break to do that. I made sure that I got my laptop set up. I got my Mojo dialer set up. I made sure I got everything set up before 7:15. Because at 7:15, what I would do is that I would take my script out, which again, if you're wondering what scripts to use during your cold calls, you can download my script book down in the description down below. It's free. Enjoy it. And that's exactly what I used. And what I would do is I would recite my scripts, or I would call one of my role play partners. We would role play for 15 to 20 minutes. By 7:30 on the dot, the bell would ring, quote unquote, and I would get on the phones. So I would start my calls at 7:30 a.m. And yes, I am being serious. 7:30 in the morning is when I would call. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I was a big expired caller. So to call expired, I like to be the very first agent to call them, and all the feedback I kept getting was people were calling at 8 a.m., 8:15, 8:30. Some people even said maybe 7:45. I was like, I gotta beat everybody, so I started calling at 7:30. So it actually worked out completely in my favor because I was able to get to people before anybody else did. However, in today's market, there might not be a lot of expireds, but I still recommend that you call at least at 8 o'clock in the morning. Any earlier, that's up to you, but I started calling at 7:30. The second thing I want to talk about here when it comes to the morning routine is that, look, you did all the preparation on purpose, because you're going to be on the phones from the second you start till 12 noon. Now, look, I didn't take a single appointment. I didn't take a single inbound call. I was not taking anything inbound, not text messages, not emails. I wasn't checking anything. I was just doing outward prospecting or my follow-up between whenever I started, which was 7:30 in the morning, till 12 noon, okay? That's it. That's all I was doing, was just prospecting the entire morning till at least 12 noon. From 12 noon / 1 o'clock, depending on what that window is, maybe 12 to 12:30, I would eat. I prep my meals most of the time, and then for the times I did not prep my meal, I call the office, the front desk woman, whatever, because we'd all order together. It's just something easy. And I would eat from 12 to 12:30, 12 to 1 o'clock. I would check my emails. I would check my text messages. I would go through everything that I need to go through. And this way I had everything handled between 12 and 1. And then I would go on listing appointments. I would start all my appointments between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And I would just go till 8 p.m. at night. Okay, that was all my appointment time. Let's just say I didn't have an appointment that day, like a listing appointment. I didn't really go on many showings because I had a showing assistant who did all that. I would go on appointments between, call it 1 to 8 p.m. at night. I would never take appointments in the morning. I would always just tell everybody, like, listen, if you need a morning appointment, the only time I am available is weekends, and the earliest I have is 11 a.m. because I would still like to get some calls in to make sure that, I was getting ahead of my competition. That's all I cared about. Now, that was my schedule. Now, listen, hold on. If on the days that I did not have an appointment, let's talk about that first. For the days I didn't have an appointment, what do you think I was doing? I was making more calls, I was on follow-ups, whatever I had to do in order to get more leads in the door and or follow up with all the leads that I need to follow up with. I also spent that time to do one of a couple things. Number one, I would schedule coffee meetings. Like, listen, if I had no appointments the whole rest of the day and I was done with all the follow-up and tasks that I had set for myself that I need to get done, what I would do is I would call all my professional partners, all my favorite people to do business with, all the people who have referred me business, and I would say, hey, I'm actually gonna be in your area in the next few hours. You're gonna be around. I'm gonna actually be in the area, but I would go visit them and I would bring them coffee. Like, hey, do you want me to bring you coffee? Do you want me to bring you anything? Just love to sit down and chat, see how you're doing. Most of those people were within 20, 30 minutes of me. So I would go to a bunch of people's offices. I would go to a bunch of people's houses. I would go meet people, shake hands, say hello, relax, enjoy my life, because I would be basically building a relationship with the people who already refer me. So they would refer me more business, okay? So I would do that between, again, 1 and 8 p.m. if I didn't have any appointments or any phone calls left to do. And for dinners and all the same stuff, right? Like, I did not really go out much. What I did was that I got food delivered again for dinner. I get food delivered to you so you don't get interrupted. Now again, the only time I'd ever go out to get food and actually go out and sit down is if I was gonna go meet with somebody. I would never go eat by yourself. Best thing I can even say to you is that, listen, if you don't have a dinner plan or a lunch plan and you plan on going out, you go invite like 3 or 4 of your professional partners, like, hey, I don't know if you're doing anything for lunch today. Hey, you doing anything for dinner tonight? Love to get together. Maybe we can get drinks or something. You can easily schedule something on your calendar. That's if you have nothing else booked. And again, I would definitely recommend, if you're earlier in your career, that you just make more phone calls. Now, after 8 o'clock, let's talk about this real quick. After 8 o'clock, I do my wrap up and make sure I get to everybody I need to get to, plan out my day for the next day, and most importantly, I would then start to look for off-market investment deals, because that doesn't really make me money, and I would do it all off hours. Between 8 p.m. and midnight before I went to bed, yes, I slept very little, and I'm not telling you to do that, but what I did was I went 8 p.m. to midnight, or whenever I was up till, I would look for deals. So I look for off-market deals for my investors, and that's how I do a lot of investment business back in the day. And even to this day, I don't really look for deals unless it's late at night while I watch my movies and my fiance's asleep. It's just my quiet time to look for deals. For all of you listening, that's exactly what I did, basically 6.5 days a week, Monday through Sunday, but I took like one night off a week and that was it. That's what I did to sell 100 homes in 1 year. For the times that I was making my prospecting calls, was it all cold calling? Absolutely not. I had some days where I would call my professional partners, I would reach out to them, I'd try to build relationships with them, I would call them either every Monday or every Tuesday, I'd reach out to them, see how they're doing, connect with them, so I'd spend the same hours in the morning instead of cold calling every single day. I would cold call till 9 o'clock, and then from 9 to 12, I'd call my professional partners. It was a list of 40 or 50, 60 people. Other days I would call my past clients, other days I'd call my sphere of influence, other days I would call my current clients and ask for referrals. So it was like it kind of changed it up every single day, but prospecting between 7:30 a.m. and 12 noon, nothing else. That's what I did to sell over 100 homes in a single year. Now what I'm going to dive into is maybe you're a year into the business, 2 years in the business, and you're not selling more than 20 or 30 homes in a year. I'd recommend getting your dialer, and I'd recommend just truly spending all day, every day on the phones. I was just going through numbers earlier today. So by the way, I wasn't even planning on saying this, but I'm going to give you some details. This is from my coaching group, so this is kind of like hidden information. So just give me a second. I was going through some of my notes that I was talking about. And today I was giving them an example, okay? So using my dialer, this is for brand new agents that are listening really quick, okay? I spent about 45 minutes to an hour on the phone this morning to prove a point. I got 11 contacts during that period of time, and I sent out 35 text messages, so I got 15 responses, so I was able to create a conversation there. I got about 26 contacts in 1 hour between the conversations on the phone. While I was on the phone and my dialer was going nonstop, because Mojo Dialer is the best, download it. I don't have an affiliate link, just go out and look it up, mojosells.com. But I got 26 contacts in 1 hour. Now, what I was able to do is that if you do that for 4 hours a day, that's 100 contacts a day. This is a reality that I would do every single day if I was a brand new realtor. And I did this all the way up till when I was selling over 100 homes a year, up until basically last year when I kind of shifted my entire business a little bit. So the reason why I'm telling you this is that if you can have 100 contacts every day between text conversations and I'm saying this is new people, not realtors, only professional partners and or clients. Those are the only two people that I'll count a contact for. But between cold calling and my text messaging and my other calls that I was making, 100 contacts a day would be 500 contacts a week for a 5-day work week, which would be 6,000 contacts in a 90-day period of time. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a 90-day sprint. Let's say for the next 90 days, you just went on a absolute maniac on the mission type of mindset. That would mean that you're having 6,000 contacts in the next 90 days. Now, 6,000 contacts, even if you got let's just say 0.25% in closings, 0.25%, 0.25. That would give you 15 closings. You have to increase your output. So this is why I'm saying your schedule is going to allow you to do that, because nothing is more important than lead generation. If you're only having 10, 20 conversations a day, it's time to bump up those numbers. Stick to the schedule that I was talking to you about. And if you are a brand new realtor, I'm telling you to just spend all of your time doing one of the following two things: making calls or going out and networking. That's it. nothing else is more important for you. And I'm telling you, if you can do that for 90-day sprints, I'm telling you, give yourself 24 months. It took me 24 months from zero income to just under $500,000 a year in income. It happened in less than 24 months, but you have to put in the work. I hope the schedule helps. If you have any questions, make sure you put in the comment section down below. Other than that, guys, I love you so very much, and I'll see you in the next video.